Hello! This is a very exciting video to be filming. For those of you who haven't seen my previous YouTube video or have been following me on Instagram, I'm pregnant. We're having a baby and we're incredibly excited, smidgen, bit terrified. And yeah, we've got a brand new chapter of our life loading. But when I announced it on Instagram the other day, put up a little question box and you guys filled it, so I thought I would answer some of the questions here over on YouTube. I've answered some of them already on Instagram, but I'll answer them here as well, just because you can talk a little bit longer and you don't have to squeeze it in to those little story frames, and also answer some of the questions that I didn't get around to answering over there as well. So if you want to find out about our journey so far, then keep watching. There's so many congratulations messages as well in the question box, which is so lovely, but I'm just trying to like go through them and find the questions. But one of the big things that everybody wanted to see was the bump, because I'm actually 5 months pregnant. We're halfway, which is bonkers, and I haven't really shown my bump on the internet yet, so people wanted to see, so I will show you. I will show you today. This is bump, large and in charge today. I have been out for brunch, so I feel like there's some eggs and avocado in there as well, but yeah, this is my bump so far. I love it. I absolutely love it. It is incredible watching your body change. Like sorry, I get so out of breath. It's just a thing, okay? Yeah, it's so incredible. I'm finding it wonderful watching my body grow and change. Like every time I get up in the morning, I look in the mirror and I'm just like, wow. Or before I go to bed as well, like just seeing it there, it's amazing. I love the pregnant form. I think it's so beautiful to look at, and I cannot tell you how grateful I feel to be living it myself right now. It's wonderful. And yeah, like when my bump started to show, which I would say around kind of, I got really bloated in the first trimester anyway, so I just kind of looked like bloated me for quite a while. But I would say that it sort of really started to stand out around sort of week 17, 18. I have been doing little bump pictures right from the beginning. And like for a long time, just sort of taking them every week, thinking, oh, nothing's changing, whatever. But now when I put them next to the first picture, I'm just like, whoa, that is a really big difference. And we're only halfway, so I feel like it's gonna be a big one. But we'll see. But yeah, I love my bump. I feel like I've got so much more respect for my body. And I've had that respect over the last sort of 2.5 years since I came off the pill. And like rediscovering my cycle, I've just got a newfound respect for my body. But now in pregnancy, that respect and that love is just growing tenfold. And I love her. I love what she is doing for me, what she is doing for us. And yeah, it's incredible. So I'm in awe. I'm in absolute awe. And I'm loving, as you can see, bodycon dresses, bodycon skirts, that kind of stuff. I'm just like, yeah, bring on the bump. I'm here for it. Next question that a lot of people asked was, are you going to find out the sex of the baby? And the answer is no, we have no clue what they are. And it's not something that we want to find out. I feel like there aren't many good surprises left in the world. And this is like a really big surprise that you can have for yourself. You don't have to find out the sex of the baby at all. We've just basically, whenever we've gone in for our scans after a certain time, because obviously like you can't tell up until a certain scan, but then when things have developed, when we've gone in for scans, we've just sort of said, look, we really don't want to know the sex of the baby, so just tell us when to close our eyes. And it's literally just been a case of the sonographer lets you know and you just sort of look away when they're investigating around the area, and then tell you when it's safe to look again. And they just refer to them as baby, so not giving anything away. So yeah, we don't know. We're not going to find out. We don't want to find out. We'll just see what comes out on the day. I feel like when I very first got pregnant, I had like this overwhelming gut feeling that they were a girl. Don't know why, don't know where it came from, it was just like, I think we're having a girl. And then as the pregnancy's gone on, I am now convinced it is a boy. I'm convinced that they're a boy. I don't know, I can't shake it. I'm getting boy vibes. So basically, I have no idea. I've guessed both. So, and Chris doesn't know either, he's not getting any vibes. A lot of my friends are saying that they're getting girl vibes, so maybe my initial intuition was right, but I've got no idea, we don't know, and yeah, that's the way we want to keep it. But to be honest, like it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter to us at all. All we care about is that baby's happy and healthy, and that's all that really matters. And as far as like planning and stuff goes, because a lot of people like to know so they can plan ahead, for us, like, my taste is very neutral anyway, and sort of what we would think to do with the nursery is very neutral as well. It's not like the sort of traditional kind of like pink or blue type thing. It's just all sort of nature vibes and neutral. So yeah, same with clothes. Like, I just find myself drawn to all of the neutral stuff, so it really doesn't matter. Yeah. I feel like my face is gonna hurt by the end of this video because I can't stop smiling. Third most popular question is, how did you cope with the first trimester? How did you find the first trimester? It was horrible. I hated it. So I am actually going to be popping out some like little vlogs. So as we went through, I was filming sort of sit down little diary entries almost, mostly just for myself, because you forget things, and I just wanted to kind of like document it so years down the line I could sit back and watch the journey. But when I was in my first trimester struggling, I found watching those videos from other people really comforting, and they just helped me feel less alone. So I've decided I'm probably gonna like edit them together and pop them online. They will probably be really boring for anybody who's kind of like not either really interested in my personal journey, or going through pregnancy themselves, or thinking about going through pregnancy, etc. There probably will be really boring ones, but I'm going to put those out there and you will see if you watch them. I do not look well. The first trimester was rough. The first thing that surprised me was the tiredness. It is a tiredness like I have never felt before, and I'm not a very good sleeper, I have to say. Before pregnancy, I've never slept very well, and I'm always pretty tired because of that, but like pregnancy tired is a whole other level, and I guess it makes sense. Your body's doing a lot. Creating a human being from scratch, it's kind of a big job. But yeah, the tiredness was overwhelming, and for me, I have to say I really liked being able to sleep. So for me, the first trimester tiredness was actually kind of a bonus, because chronic insomniac here, who takes hours and hours to fall asleep at night, first trimester, head hits the pillow, I was gone. I was like solid like 8-9 hours a night. Still woke up feeling exhausted and had to have like multiple naps throughout the day as well. That's another thing. I've never been able to nap unless I'm poorly or pregnant, apparently. I can't nap. I just can't. And I'm so jealous of people who can nap or fall asleep anywhere. I was the nap queen in the first trimester. I would be like having like a little 11 o'clock in the morning nap, and also like a little sort of like 4 p.m. nap as well. Just had to. It was savage. Like the tiredness was savage, and I was so grateful that I worked from home and that I worked for myself and I could take those naps. Like, fair play to anybody who works like a quote unquote normal job, has to go into the office, has to work shifts, anything. Like, honestly, high five to you, because without those naps I would have really struggled. And yeah, so the tiredness is just like the exhaustion. It's a whole other level. It's bonkers. It really is. Wasn't expecting it, to be honest. So was that. But I managed to turn that into a positive for me, because I love sleep. The sickness, however, not fun. And it's also not morning sickness either. That is 100% fake news. It's not like you see in the films where you wake up in the morning and you run to the toilet and you're sick and then you're like, oh, phew, I'm glad that's over. And then you get on with the rest of your day. I'm sure that happens for some people, and there's some people who don't even get sickness at all. But for me, that wasn't the case. Mine was 24 hours a day, severe nausea. Like, I'm talking room spinning nausea constantly, without a break, from about week 6 to week 16. Which again, I'm very grateful that it stopped as well, because I know that some people have it for their entire pregnancy. And it was awful. I hated it. I couldn't eat. I couldn't really drink. I couldn't leave the house. Anything other than just be on the sofa, like curled up in a little ball, crying my eyes out. That was pretty much my life for that entire time. It was brutal. Yeah, it's horrible. I think I was actually only sick maybe once, like physically sick once, but it was, you know, like when you feel like you're gonna go at any point, it was that all the time. So my anxiety was through the roof, especially if I had to leave the house. So I just didn't leave the house for like 2 months basically. I ended up buying some little sick bags off Amazon and shoved those in my bag if I had to go anywhere, just like sort of just ease the anxiety of if I was going to be sick, at least I had somewhere to do it. Oh, honestly, it was horrible, but it did eventually start going away and now I feel great. I still get it a little bit in the evenings if I'm honest. So normally around sort of like 10 p.m. randomly, it sort of like kicks back in, and it's nowhere near as bad as it was before, but it's just like, it's just there, just a bit unsettled, you know, like a little bit green. And that's pretty much most nights. If I'm tired, if I like haven't slept well the night before, it tends to start a little bit early, maybe about 8 p.m, but I'll take it. I'll have that any day over what I was experiencing in that first trimester, because yeah, it was awful. So yeah, it's true what they say. For a lot of people, first trimester is awful, and I'm aware that people get it even worse than me as well. And again, massive hug for you if that's you. Probably don't share those stories in the comments section. We don't want to scare people off too much. But yeah, it's brutal. It really is. But second trimester's great, guys. And that's another question as well, like people are saying, how are you feeling now? Second trimester is a whole different kettle of fish. I like I said, the first maybe like the first sort of 4 weeks maybe of the second trimester is still feeling a bit rough. But from, I would say, week 17 onwards, I'm over halfway now, so around 20 weeks. From 17 onwards, things got a lot better. So if you're struggling, hang in there. And I feel great. I feel like I've got a new lease of energy. I don't feel sick anymore. That was my main problem. My main problem was the sickness. I get headaches now, like they're a new symptom. I get headaches, and I'm definitely starting to get the aches and pains, like my lower back and my hips already. A bit achy, so goodness knows how they're going to feel in the third trimester. I feel like the second trimester is kind of like the honeymoon period. That's kind of like the nice bit in the middle before it gets hard again. But yeah, I've definitely got the aches and pains, hips, back, very sore, headaches, not sleeping as much sometimes. Definitely sort of, it becomes hard to like roll over in bed. And it tends to wake you up sometimes. And also, baby sometimes is pressed on my bladder, so I'm up like a couple of times in the middle of the night going for a wee. But honestly, I will take all of those symptoms. Just do not give me that sickness back. So I think after that, anything else is just like, yeah, okay, that's fine, I'll take those. Just keep that in the first trimester. Somebody asked, have we made any preps for the nursery? No, we haven't done anything. It'll be our spare room, and if you've seen on Instagram what our spare room looks like, it's got like a palm leaf wallpaper. So I kind of figured that like we were thinking about a jungle theme anyway, and it kind of fits perfectly with the wallpaper we've already got. So actually we won't need to do a lot of stuff, which I'm here for. So yeah, I'll probably just turn the bed round, because I think we'll want to keep the spare room bed. just so, you know, at least one of us can have a good night's sleep occasionally. And yeah, we need to like get a changing table and stuff. I don't think I'll have enough space for a rocking chair, but then I feel like a lot of people have said that they don't really use their chair anyway. They just prop themselves up in bed or on the sofa or wherever. So I'm not too fussed about that. Yeah, changing table, we need storage for baby clothes and stuff. And yeah, I might get like a few little jungle accessories to kind of make it more safari themed. I don't know, haven't got that far yet, but we'll make it work, definitely. There's lots of Pinterest images that I'm just like, oh yeah, I quite like that. Somebody asked, what did you find most useful / what worked for conceiving? Did you cut down alcohol and caffeine? Currently TTC for a while. I'm reading lots of different advice. We didn't cut down caffeine. To be honest, I only have like one cup of normal tea a day anyway, really, maybe 2. And then alcohol we've been mindfully drinking for a while, not for trying to conceive, just because, you know, we wanted to sort of be more mindful with our drinking. So there's that. But overall, I think the main thing is tracking your cycle, which I've got loads of videos on. And tracking your ovulation and just timing it all properly, giving yourself the best chance possible, really. So yeah, I might do it like a separate video on this kind of stuff, but again, I'm not a doctor and everybody's different. But you know me, I'm a big advocate for tracking your cycle, for knowing what's going on in there, regardless of whether you're trying for a baby or not. It's just really important to know what's cracking, because it just makes life a lot easier. Any weird and wonderful cravings? That's another one for someone. Not really. Do you know what? It's not like the movies where people are just like eating coal or like sat there and they just can't get enough of like this certain type of food. For me, it's kind of like it's an on the spot thing. So if I see something or I see something on telly and it just takes my fancy and that's a craving, I need to have it. Like for example, the other night we were, I don't know if I saw it on TikTok or if I saw it on TV or something. But I sat there at like 10:30 at night on a Tuesday and I was like, I need chocolate spread on toast. Like, I need chocolate spread or like Nutella on toast. I never eat chocolate spread on toast. We don't even have Nutella in the house. Like, I like it, but I don't ever have it. And I could not get this out of my brain. So I had to get out of my pajamas, get dressed. Chris was like, I'll go. And I'm like, no, I want to go and choose it exactly off the shelf. So we both went down to Tesco at like 11 o'clock at night to go and buy a bloody jar of Nutella or a jar of chocolate spread and a loaf of bread so I could have chocolate spread on toast. And I had it. I had 2 slices, thick, with like this Bon Maman one I chose in the end. It's like a kid in a candy store looking at all the ones on the shelf. I had 2 like thickly spread pieces of it, and then that's it. I haven't like craved it again. So I don't know, it's things like that. In the first trimester, when I was like just really ill, if there was ever anything that I really fancied, I made sure I had it because I just needed to get food in me. So yeah, McChicken sandwiches from McDonald's or chicken mayos, they seem to be a favourite. Greggs sausage rolls as well were a bit of a craving in the first trimester. And Tango ice blasts, because they're a little bit sour and just icy and cold, and I could get liquid down me with those. Like, there were sugar-free ones, so they weren't too bad, but I'm sure all the blue colouring is not great, but needs must, you know. So yeah, there was those, and fruit, lots and lots of fruit. That's kind of been like a craving the whole way through though. Like watermelon, mango, strawberries, apples, they were a big thing for a while. Yeah, like fruit, chicken sandwiches and Tango ice blasts. Bless you, Toby. They've pretty much been my cravings. But then yeah, I'll get like really random ones. Like the other week it was crumpets. Went shopping, walked past crumpets. I was like, oh my God, I need crumpets. Had to have them, ate them, loved them. Got it out my system. Chocolate spread on toast. Jam tarts was another one the other day. Haven't had a jam tart in about 10 years, but saw them and I was like, gotta have them. So jam tarts were another thing. But yeah, no weird ones yet. I haven't been licking sofas or anything yet. Anyway. Have you bought anything for baby yet? If so, where did you go? How did it feel? Yes, we have. We have found our travel system, the one that we want, and it's amazing. Gonna get that. Also, I bought my it's not for baby, but for me, I bought my pregnancy pillow, which is the best thing since sliced bread. Actually, to be fair, Chris got me this. So Chris has been the most adorable husband in the world, and he's been getting me little presents every week, like as little milestone things. So yeah, he bought me my pregnancy pillow probably around week 14, and it's amazing. I have the Farmer Doc one, Farmer Doc organic cotton, and it's huge, like it's like full length, it's massive, and it's so supportive. It's just been amazing, especially for my hips and stuff. So yeah, I bought pregnancy pillow. Chris bought a pregnancy pillow, and I bought some maternity clothes, and Chris got me some lovely Chelsea Piers maternity pajamas the other week. That was my week 18 present, maybe? I can't remember. I love them. They're so nice. Got a little bath thermometer, because obviously you can't have your bath too hot. And yeah, that's it. We each bought like a little outfit after our 20-week scan, because it kind of felt like a little bit of a milestone. So we went to Tesco and we bought a cute little outfit each, which is really sweet. So yeah, they're pretty much the only things we've got so far. But obviously the pram is a big one, like the travel system, sorry, is a big one. But yeah, apart from that, I've still got a lot of shopping to do. Ooh! How long did it take you to feel ready to try again after miscarriage? I think I've kind of covered this in my blog post that I wrote about our journey, but the sun's come out. Yeah, our miscarriage was a bit of a tricky one that lasted for a couple of months anyway. So we had some time to sort of like process it, but we kind of came out of it feeling pretty positive overall, really, considering, because we just kind of felt like, you know, obviously that one wasn't meant to be. But it just showed us that we were able to do it. So, and also like how heartbroken we were after it happened. It just kind of just sort of solidifies for you, doesn't it, how much you really want it. So we were just like, you know what, we're cracking on, we're going for it. And it turned out that we actually got pregnant because we thought it was done, it wasn't done, it was, yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. But yeah, we actually ended up conceiving on the month after our miscarriage, because I think there is some evidence actually that shows that you are slightly more fertile after a miscarriage. So there is that as well. Obviously don't rush into anything just because of that if you don't feel ready, but we felt ready. So maybe that's why we caught again so quickly, I don't know. But yeah, we actually conceived on the cycle after our miscarriage, so really, really lucky. And it kind of felt nice in a way, if that makes sense. It's kind of like the miscarriage actually then rolled into something really positive. Does that make sense? I don't know, it's a tricky one. But yeah, we felt ready straight away, but there is no right time. You just got to go with what you feel is right, because that's the only way you can do these things. I'm being well and truly blinded by the sun. Let me see if I can shut the blinds a little bit. Another one, first trimesters, lots of congratulations. So saying, how have you been hiding the bump maternity clothes haul? So I have actually bought some maternity clothes. Like this dress is from New Look. I've got a couple of dresses from New Look. I bought some maternity jeans from River Island, which are really comfortable. I really like those. Chris got me some maternity leggings as well for my present one of the week's maternity PJs. But I have to say, the majority of stuff I'm just trying to like cobble together from what's in my wardrobe. I've got some like long line t-shirts, just some cheapy t-shirts off ASOS. Maternity ones, because with the maternity jeans, they sit quite low, so you can't really tuck anything into them. You have to cover that, if that makes sense. So yeah, I bought a few like basic t-shirts, but the rest of the stuff has been okay. Like some of my jumper dresses already seem to still fit. My jumpers fit because they just kind of like sit over the bump, and then I have like a stretchy skirt that goes over bump. I don't know, I'm just gonna see how I go, to be honest. See how I go throughout the pregnancy and see how much I need. I just don't want to buy too much, and if I do buy anything, I want it to be something that I can wear afterwards. Like this dress, definitely could wear this afterwards when I'm not pregnant as well. And a couple of the dresses have got like lift up flappy bits, so if we do end up breastfeeding, they'll be breastfeeding friendly as well. But yeah, the only things that just don't fit are my trousers and jeans. They're a big fat no. They do not fit, and they didn't fit from about 10 weeks onwards, just from like all the bloating and stuff. It was bonkers. So yeah, a good pair of maternity jeans and that. And as far as hiding the bump goes, it was easier on Instagram, not as easy on like the vlogs here. But angles, you can get away with so much on the internet, I tell you. It's really opened my eyes. This whole journey so far, like the past 5 months, I didn't even go that far hiding it, you know, like, because I always felt like I was lying and I didn't like it. It made me feel a bit uncomfortable. But like, I could have gone the extra mile to hide this pregnancy, you know, and like shown myself holding a bottle of wine or holding a bottle of beer or something and pretending that I was drinking things, and there's loads of stuff I could have done. Toby making himself at home on the bed there, don't worry about it, just made that bed, you're just messing it all up. Yeah, I could have gone like really extra with trying to hide it, and so this was just me not trying that hard to hide it, but it was still quite easy to, you know, to keep the bump under wraps just with certain angles when you're taking pictures. So yeah, the moral of the story is don't believe everything you see on the internet, because I found it was amazing just how easy it could have been to just carry this on for months and months if I really tried and really wanted to. But I felt like a fraud, so I didn't like it. Congratulations, how far along are you? Hope you're feeling okay. Yeah, we're halfway. I can't believe it. We are past the halfway mark, which is very, very exciting. So yeah, we're due early March, but to be honest, like, the babies have a mind of their own, don't they? So we just gotta take your due date with a pinch of salt. Could come end of February, could come March time, who knows, we'll just see how it goes. More trying to conceive tips, again, I'll probably do another video on that. How excited is Toby to be the best big brother and have a new friend? He's so excited. Are you very excited? We've like been really on it. To be honest, we've been on it for a while before I even got pregnant. Training him not to like jump on people. Like, he doesn't, to be fair, he's very good. He doesn't tend to jump up when we come through the door, apart from to my mum, because she squeals as soon as she comes through the door. She's like, Toby! And he gets really excited. But he's very good at not jumping up. He's just such a cuddly dog that he likes to be on you all the time. So we've been training him like for probably like the last, I don't know, probably the last year. To be very, very careful, again, because my friend's pregnant as well. So I've been training him to be careful around people's tummies and not stand on people, and he's just been so good at that. He really does, he's so gentle, which is lovely. And every night he comes and cuddles with me, and he puts his head on my bump. I've got a video on it on my Instagram, and he comes and puts his head on my bump and just listens, because he will come and like cuddle with you, like he'll lie in between your legs and he'll cuddle with you and he'll go to sleep, and he loves being there. But this is different, because he'll literally come up and put his head on my bump and his eyes are open, he's not asleep, he's just like that, just like listening, just really still, just listening. So obviously you can hear baby in there, maybe you can hear their heartbeat, I don't know. But yeah, he's just obsessed. And he, as you might have read in my pregnancy vlog story thing, he was the one who made me take a test, because he was just stuck to me like glue, and I was like, this is weird, I want to take a test. And Toby was right, we were pregnant. So yeah, he's amazing. Somebody said, have you noticed any behaviour changes yet? It just like stuck to me all the time, like a Velcro dog. Yeah, he's wonderful. It's going to be so exciting. But I've got some like baby sounds. So I'm going to start playing like baby sounds every now and again, and slowly increasing the volume so he gets used to like babies crying, so it's not too much of a shock for him. And then we're just doing loads of research on how to introduce baby with dogs and stuff. But he's very, very good around children, which is amazing really, because he doesn't have that much like experience around them. But whenever like nieces and nephews have come round, he's amazing. He knows to sit, and just like is so gentle with them. And to be honest, props to me, to be fair. But I trained him right from a puppy to be okay with being touched everywhere, and like if you pull his tail or pull his ear or anything, or like touch his paw, he's used to it, so it's not gonna, he won't snap. Like for example, if a toddler was to pull his fur or anything, that was something that I really wanted to do from very early on. So he's really good with being touched and poked and prodded and, you know, that kind of stuff. But yeah, the whole like introduction thing is going to be super cute, but like done very sensibly, I think, because you just never know, do you? But he's just wonderful. He's so wonderful. Very similar was, oh, okay, have you felt any kicks yet? Yeah, so I have an anterior placenta, which is where your placenta is attached at the front. It's very common. It's literally, oh my gosh, that was my phone. Sorry, Toby, that made me jump as well. Very common. It's literally just a lottery where your placenta attaches to your womb. Mine's on the front, so it just means that it'll be a little bit longer before I feel the super strong kicks that other people feel. But I've definitely felt the flutters. They're kind of like, they're easy to miss because, you know, it's still, you know, relatively early in regards to that, especially with a front placenta. But it kind of feels like a big bubble floating to the surface and then popping, and you can kind of like feel it there. Like either that or like popcorn go pop inside your tummy. Yeah, there's been one night where we both had hands on bump, and you kind of felt like that, like really like gentle like that in my palm, and I was like, oh, there was something there, and then it didn't happen again. I was like, did I imagine it? I don't know. So yeah, we've kind of like felt little flutters and little things now, but it might still be a couple of weeks before they start to get a little bit stronger. But I'm really excited for that, and I know people will be like, well, enjoy it while it lasts because my baby's currently kicking me in the ribs and stuff, but I'm really excited for that when it does actually happen. It's super cute actually, because another thing we have bought, I completely forgot about, is we bought some baby books. Because when the app said that baby can start hearing things now and they can hear our voices, we started reading to them every night. So we went out and we bought some children's books, and I know it doesn't matter, you could read them the back of a shampoo bottle and it wouldn't matter, it's just about them hearing the sound of your voice, but we were just being gooey, so we bought them anyway. And yeah, we lie in bed every night and take turns with the pages, reading a page of the baby book to bump. And yeah, one of those nights Chris was reading one and he did a silly voice for the Gruffalo or something, and I felt like quite a strong little oof. And I was like, oh, like that was really nice. But yeah, you could miss them. You could definitely miss them at this stage. You have to sort of, I feel like I have to sort of sit there and tune into it, if that makes sense. And it's normally when I'm sat still, maybe leaning backwards a little bit, watching telly, or like lying on my side just before bed, like cuddled up to my pregnancy pillow, and I'm like, I think that was one. I don't know. Sorry, listen, I've been talking for a very long time. I'm so sorry. I feel like I haven't even answered that many questions, but yeah, thank you for letting me ramble. Thank you for asking questions, for being interested. And yeah, this is it. So I'm going to edit those little pregnancy diaries. Again, don't expect everybody to watch them because they're probably going to be quite boring, especially sort of between week 7 and 12 when I am just miserable as shit. But you know, they might start to get more exciting now that I'm feeling a lot better, and now the bump's out of the bag and we can do more things. So you know, maybe from 20 weeks onwards they might be more entertaining from just a regular person's standpoint, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna pop those together, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So here's to the next half of this pregnancy and meeting our new little baby and Toby's new best friend. It's very exciting, but it's very scary at the same time, because we don't have a flipping clue what we are doing. Kind of feels a little bit illegal, not gonna lie. But I'm sure we'll figure it out. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm expecting the first sort of like, definitely the first 3 months, but potentially the first 6 months to be absolute hell on earth. And a real serious adjustment. So I feel like if it's anything better than hell. I'll be pleasantly surprised. I definitely don't feel like I'm going into this like blind, like I'm thinking it's going to be la la la, the most beautiful journey in the world, which I'm sure it is. But I'm under no illusion that it's going to be really flipping hard. So yeah, maybe that's the best way to look at it, and then you'll be pleasantly surprised instead of being blindsided by how horrendous things are. But no, we're really excited and we're so, so grateful, and yeah, just excited to share little bits of things with you as we go along. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Sorry for rambling. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.